Hey, oh, este me quieto, este me quieti. Hey, oh, mi tieti, quieti. We stickety, to stickety, nivetis. It all makes sense, you know. What I say from my heart truly makes sense if I um, interpret the words and I put them to English or to the Dutch and the Netherlands. Not Dutch, no. Dutch no more. Dutch, Deutsch. We're a leftover province, in essence, of the Nazi states, you know. For now, still the time being. We don't have a constitutional law system. We are the founders, in essence, because of the Treaty of Maastricht, was signed in Maastricht, not in Belgium. And the European Union was erected, you know. The European Union is illegal. I have a lot of knowledge, folks. I know a lot. And I tend to share it because I believe that sharing information is the most kindred thing one can do. Don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. No, if they don't listen, okay. That's up to them, you know. But sharing the truth is truly something of a building block. You can build on truth, but you cannot build on lies. And that's what the elite are doing. They're building on lies. You know, and that's what's going to fail. And they know this. The Netherlands elite, anyways, because the New World Order is fragmented into 8 different heads of the Hydra. You know, that's why they call Hydra the enemy in Marvel. I'm so fucking keenly aware of the situation we're in, and we're almost going to be as fucked. I'll do it this. And now with 10 inches, or what do stick it to, but 50 or 60 or 70, you know, so to say. And the post on the prostate, yes, there's a G-spot of a man, you know. Some people you wouldn't truly even could tell of the face of their coming forth to you as an energy as being gay, or no, not gay. Gay is Fröhlichkeit. It's to laugh, to be joyous. I'm so gay, I'm so gay. It's a hardbound word, and they've stolen it. They've corrupted it because it was too hardbound. They said you're homosexual when you're gay. No, you're happy when you're gay. And for me, I still need to shift, and I still need to make more. I'm not there just yet, folks. I'm sorry. I'm not fully grown up to becoming a God in the flesh just yet, as I am in the metaphysical. And my household is, and my dog, and the bird that came flying in a few days ago, and all these kinds of things, you know, or a moth. A big moth. It was a big, for Dutch standards, that was a hot to a stick. For Netherlands standards, that was a big moth. That was a fucking big moth. 2 years ago or so. And it flew off just like that. And a stick, it was mesmerizing, you know. I love it when fauna comes to meet me. And I've got a dog. I've got 2 cats at my parents' place. Not pussies, but cats. But concerning the G-spot of the man, it has to be stimulated. And not just by a dildo. It's the start, you know. Yeah, yeah. If you stimulate your G-spot with an object, so a dildo or whatnot, you know, beads or I don't care what, but do a stick it to. It's 60%-ish that you get less chance of prostate cancer. Do this, and if you stimulate it with a real cock, but not of a man, But of a woman, it's not the gender to it's not what to do with, it has to do with feminine energy, you know. It's not that it has us. I can say it, Costi, you know. It, in essence, it is an it, but not in narcissism. They're feminine in the energy, and that's what it's all about, you know. And that percentage, that if you yeah, if you get fucked by a Costi once, you get the 80% less chance of getting prostate cancer. There's a Kyo, mind's eye, I guess the pendulum, do this in the kid too. Does having sex with the Costi heighten the chance of not getting cancer in your prostate by 80% by having sex one time? So the colors. Yes. I'm not enforcing the pendulum to, I never do that. I haven't done it ever. Because I'm not going to sit in foul energy of people making their own decisions, and we're all wired, folks. The collective hive mind. And it's being sedated by the elite of this world. Do with this, water. In America, they fluoride in water, you know. Food, E-numbers, all these added things that aren't necessary truly, you know, not fresh, but all these kinds of things. Syringes and pills of the pharmaceutical companies, those two are the worst. Do with this, chemtrails, 5G, EMF, electromagnetic frequencies of an electric car, or a bicycle, or a step, or whatnot. These all interfere with the mind, body, and soul complex. Not me anymore. I'm immune to that. They've done everything to try to kill me before they realized they can't kill me. Not with energy weapons, anyways. Because I house in the metaphysical. Ask the pendulum to. I'm a housed in the metaphysical. So the colors, 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 so the colors. Yes. Is anyone else? So the colors, 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 so the colors. No. But I act human. I am human. I have my water distiller backup running. Dude, there's a picture cooling down now. It's not. It's above. No, it's a cool down more. I can't put it in the. It doesn't fit in the refrigerator, so I have to wait till it drops down in temperature. But I drink approximately three of those pitchers, you know. It's 1.8 liters. It's about a gallon a day of water that I drink. And with this distilled water, because I've been drinking tap water for the last few months, years even already. But this will help me fighting the sedation and bring more inspiration to the mind's eye, you know. It's important to drink water. You should drink 2 liters of water a day besides the rest you're drinking, you know, at the minimum. I don't drink, I drink water, I drink coffee, and I drink beer. That's it. And I've been telling this to people so long. Buy yourself a water distiller and have yourself be fucked in the ass by a Costi or at least a dildo. And not a strap-on, because that isn't good for the feminine energy of a woman, because she becomes too masculine. So not a strap-on. Strap-ons, no more. No more taboo, folks. No more taboo. Hatu. Let's end that shit. Let's be grown up about this. I'm the oldest soul alive, and I tell you to wake the fuck up. I'll do this. to stick at the Priscilla, Bobby Eden, you know. She was on TV, she's on TV. The entire week is a cousin of me. A back cousin, achternicht, hoe noem je dat? She's family. I've seen her when she went away on the beach or so. Dude, this kid, she drove off with a few guys. And I don't know why I remember that, but so many memories I have of her when I was a child. But she lived in Den Haag, yeah. And there was quite a drive away from my parents, all those kinds of things. And it gets more structured, it gets more body, it gets more crazy, it gets more heated up, it gets more pressure, it gets more, and the shit is hitting a fan soon. And on my fan. In this household, no one can touch me. Here I am metaphysical, always. The household is metaphysical. Weird things happen here. A horn during the film I shot, or church bells that didn't sound like the ones that I'm used to in the center of the city. Do it this, or moths, or orbs flying around me, or me summoning a comet, or do it this a kid do. This household is special. I want to live here for the rest of my life on deed, on parchment, on a contract. I'll keep on paying my rent but I want to live here forever on paper. This will be my get-to-go place when I come back from an after party or so, you know. Have the second after party here with Cassie and with fucking one big orgy. It's just a kid too. I see it happening, you know. And I'm still seeing eyes, so fucking funny. What do? It's just I mean, it's perfect households, you know. Look at this. This is what drink drunk today. Only some weed on the table. No amphetamine or cocaine. This is my organization where I organize parties with. Toestickety, nevetistikety, Rick Weiss. Oh, the Meso D. That's my DJ name. The Meso D. Drake Bloedboom. Doe het tussenkit, doe eens crystals. Kid, doe een baasje, een mandje voor mijn hondje. Doe het this en you. ING, type, kid, doe. This will come back alive, folks. This tree. I have many rituals on with this tree, too. The swastika, not to be Aryan or Nazi, Nazi. I'm an Aryan, I'm proud of that, you know. Yeah, if you see this, you see it. That's my household, you know, my living room. I walk circles in the room all the time because I love to walk, you know. I'm seated so much, I could sit all day long on the couch because I'm on benefits, I don't have any work or anything. I'm just busy fomenting a new world. And not a new order, no. Order up how, no. It doesn't work like that, you know. There will never be order in things. Like biophotons, they fly off and they whiz away. Lower light is what it's called. Lower light. And that's what the elite are working with. I work with higher light. My semen is, upon to itself, in its essence, at first, until it reaches the cell, or the egg cell. It is ether, but when it reaches her, because it's a phallus and an egg. So when it reaches her, too, and not the life and time, not 666. I'm no Illuminati person, or I'm not acting, I'm being myself. But this in the kid to my semen, when it reaches the egg cell, what I'm being told is that not only the egg cell expels and imbues or enchants the next to come stage of the embryo, but also the sperm cell will emit holy light. So you get a perfect baby. You don't get a baby with, I cannot prove this until I get a baby, maybe, I don't know, but it makes sense to me, I've done a lot of work with the chakra, the sacral chakra, and the root chakra. I've got dildos, I've got butt plug, I've got a strap on, a cock ring, all these kinds of things. I'm a kid too. Just do, experiment, I don't use them at all anymore, almost, because I'm not high on amphetamine anymore. And amphetamine makes you fucking horny as fuck. And you get to endure longer during sex, during coitus, they would say in the, what's that series called? I lost it. I'll do it this, whatever. But do it this, stimulate your G-spot. Don't be an ass. The taboo is so fucking over encumbering. It's so sick. I can't bear the weight almost. Wow, why are people so tied up? They're all so living by program, I'll do this to the kid too. And a finger won't do, Not a man's finger, a woman's finger. You need a dildo or a costy, preferably a costy, and I hope for you a beautiful one. I've got my women, My women are gonna be the ones that dictate and say hey, this costy can go, but that one is too ugly, or her cock's too small, or I don't know what they want to say, but I'm not gonna make choices in that, I know Lilith is my twin flame. She's the headmaster or so. No, I had a word for this, The Anthology of Sotoruk, she's demonic in essence, She's demonic in essence, but she's my twin flame, She rules hell, my grandmother is standing at the pearly gates of heaven. Do with this. She's an angel. I gave her a present with a obsidian angelic figurine with candle wax on the other side, which was white, so black and white. I made a wing because the wing broke off. I made a wing of candlelight and it looked perfectly, and it could stand on its feet so it wouldn't fall over. So it was a job well done. And I gave that to her, Archangel Zaphael, I added to that with a note or so. I don't exactly know. No, but Adrie Hogeveen is Adrie, ja. En Gerrit is er ook. My grandfather. They're in heaven. And my grandmother is the overseer of the portal of heaven. doe this. Ja, dat is echt ook goed, ja. It's dreamscaping, folks. It's dreamscaping. We need to program our reality ourselves with the pendulum. That's how it works. You program it. I had to hack it first. You don't have to do that anymore. I had to hack it. You don't have to do shit on the program. I was a bad programmer on computers with websites, all this kind of shit. I had a nice website standing up tall for a few months until I got banned from YouTube. All my content on YouTube was gone. I lost all my videos. They're not lost. They're still there, but act up, folks. Speak up. Enter a message and send it to YouTube on bring back Dennis Osman, his channel. Exert some pressure. You got this in you. I'm pulling the weight of the world, you know. You can chip in. You don't have to pull as much as I do, but you can do it. Start with a smaller, just show some criticism. For what? Oh, why is he? Like I would say, call Reuters news agency in America, send them a mail, or go to the NOS if you're from the Netherlands. I say, well, hey, there's a person, truly I believe, he has went through ascension. You need to emit this into the world, you know. We could have a new order taken over just like that, because they're on the payroll. And there's only a few, the very little few, that tell us what to do, you know. Even zie ik zo cigarette. I want a cigarette. I want to get to a distant key. I take a leak too. 4 beers, hè? Two, not much. But 2 left in the refrigerator, but I'm not staying them there because I don't want to drink beer for tonight. Oh, wait, I read the world. Oh. Roll your own cigarette. Smoking paper, rolling paper, not the filter. Because the tobacco comes from America, GMT +8 approximately, where the filter comes from China, GMT -8. And you have 3 8s in the daily cyclist. 8 + 8 + 8 makes 24. So in essence, that's the other side of the world, you know. So it discombobulates your energy too, ontowards 2 timelines, 2 time zones, I should say. China's army in deep doing this, or don't you worry. I'm so smart, I'm so clever, I was always a wise kid, my parents told me, even though I was always playing the Nintendo, the Game Boy. I was the first in the family of my household to get a Game Boy. I was the youngest. I was the nerd. I spent a lot of time playing games, I can tell you that, just thinking too. And once upon a time I had a poker match, Hearthstone, and Battlefield on at the same time. I don't play poker anymore. I'm not ever going to Gambit. I'm not ever going to go to casinos. I'm going to give my women some coin to spend at the casino, but I'm not gonna. I don't trust that, you know. I don't want that anymore. I don't care about money, folks. I don't care. But I'm running out of it nonetheless, you know. It's getting too expensive in the Netherlands. The inflation is highest of all Europe here, or the entirety of the world even maybe, here in the Netherlands, you know. They're playing the economy. Because all the banks, except for Iran's, belong to the Rothschilds. North Korea, I don't believe either. I think it's part of the Hida too. And they say Russia kicked out the central banking, and I believe Russia. I do believe Russia has kicked out the Rothschild Bank. They want the money all over the world so they can decide whatever the fine fuck you do. And about that chat bot, the chat bot or chat control that the European wants to institutionalize, just be the truth. Just be honest and don't have any secrets. Tell every spilled beans. If you have nothing to hide, they cannot catch you. But if you're going to go sneaky, and dealers will be picked up by this one, drug dealers, that is, or illegal things that are being dealt with. Do it this. I'm not crazy, I'm smart. I got the wits about me. Don't you worry. But thank you. Then we'll get to this. Push the button. Push the button. World, the time has come to push the button. I've coughed too much. I'm smoking cigarettes. But I'm glad I'm up here from water now because my lungs will clear out more and I'll have more breath and rehydrate a lot faster or hydrate a lot faster with distilled water. You don't want to know how many substances are in the water, you know. Lithium, all the chemtrails. Don't you forget, you know. All the things we take in from our skin, from what's dropping down, aluminum, lithium, potassium, and there was one more, but I forgot what I want to. But it comes to your system, you take some in and you let some through, you know. And there are a lot of people on this planet. Our water's polluted, you know. Or the women's testosterone and testosterone, no. The other one for the women. I can't come to the word, I need to leak. I have to leak. Sticky. I need to take a piss, so to say. But with this, the kid too. This 5G, like I said in the earlier video, we're being sedated heavily, and mostly so by our fellow human beings being sedated with a syringe, with an injection of haloperidol, for instance. Halo, the ring, Saturn, you know, which is supposed to be here, but then it's injected here in your butt. I've had many of those. I'm going to have one within 2 weeks again, you know. I'm bummed out about that, but I'm going to stick to the rules and regulations of the GGZ whilst I undermine them. It's like having a chat with them, you know. I'm chatting with you, we're having a conversation, and everything's okay, but at the same time, I'm sallying forth. I'm undermining them. I will send pigs in, I will burn them, and the pigs don't mind on the source level. In the ether, they do mind. But when it's on the source level, the sooner the pig is dead, in essence, yeah. When it becomes, because the time of an adolescent herd animal is far faster than of a child of the human race. But there's people souls carnate, towards cattle, to take off a few of their taints, you know, To have been a pig means you can have a third testicle in the inside, near your scrotum, in your genitals, and that's the prostate, and my prostate, literally, my prostate will become a third testicle in the future to come. So I provide for more semen, I have a higher testosterone level, more sex to stick at like being a teenager, watching porn all the time. But in my late teens, I was a bit overinduced by the amount of porno I had to see because I worked at EP Company for my internship for Information Communication Technology, ICT is how they call it in the Netherlands. IT, I believe. But those porno all over the place. Not on my screen, but of the employees that work there, Porn, they shouldn't ban porn. No, let a child watch porn. Let him learn from it, Is it the Kama Sutra? Is that bad? The book, The stances, the positions you can take if you have a long enough cock. My cock's maybe not long enough for something. Not for all positions, but it will grow. It will grow. It will grow, don't you worry. Gaat door. Wat is er verkeerd door? I just love to be myself, I care to be myself. I care to help out. I care to be a loving, kinder individual that invites folk to maybe a party, like late, And on the stick at Then a while I'm gonna go back to organizing the parties. That's what I'm gonna do in the future to come. Because I find that I'm using, and I want to invest in more things, many, many more things. But I need my women here because I cannot make all those decisions by myself. I need the feminine. I need the feminine in my life, Not my mother, she's here occasionally too, or I'm at their place, but my mother and my father are a perfect example of a perfect twin flame get together of love and life. They truly are matched to one another on the soul's level. And they've reared me into becoming what I've become and what I already was. Always an incredibly old soul. 1,200 to 1,300 times old. Is that the truth? I'm gonna see you some pendulum, fuck. I need to buy a new pendulum. I lost my old one. It's cracked, so it's okay to buy a new one. It doesn't matter for me when it's cracked, but I love to have one that is truly one with itself. To authenticity. Am I 1,200 to 1,300 times older than the second one of the human race in line? Show the colors, 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 show the colors. Show the colors, show the colors, show the colors. It really is. Get to authenticity. Can this change if other people wake up to their spiritual self? Show the colors, 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 show the colors. No. That I am the oldest. I guess the Old Father, folks. I'm the Old Father. I'm Odin, I'm Zeus, I am Kronos. Doe this. Wauw, ja, dat wist ik al, hè. But just in the kitty. But I don't want to, It feels so awkward, so fucked up to be the one. Why me? I never asked for this. I just wanted to help out, but I never asked for this, And people are ignoring me. So many people are up to date now of my story, what it entails, and what I've been telling for the last 8 years, which has gotten thickened and thickened and thickened. It's so thick now you can't even. It's like concrete in its fluid state, drying up. I'm pouring a foundation here. Toch? Isn't that the words that I'm supposed to say? I am pouring a foundation of a new reality, of magic. Can you believe it? I can, I do, I know, I am, I do. Forever I here to stay, never will I go away and leave myself in times, not by me done. I rule me, myself, and I. The I am one. I'm one with myself. I am one. How many are you? All ones? Or are you still discombobulated and ethically torn apart? Are all your soul essences still somewhere in this universe? Because the universe is us, as above so below, as within so without, as the universe so the soul. Am I sticking to a dissecting my cosmic bodily computer, my mind-body soul complex? My avatar energetic studio is already connected to the cosmos, to the big one. And she's big. She is huge. And she's teeming with life. Aardse angst. Welkom in the cosmos. Wake up, folks. What you're afraid of now, you don't want to know what we're going to be facing in the future to come. I'm ready. Are you ready? I believe you are. I believe you're being fed fairy tales and lies and all these kinds of things that transhumanism will make your life better. Get yourself a jab of corona, COVID, or get yourself a mouth mask, even though it doesn't work, but it just takes away your mimic, you know. It takes away your facial expression. So you cannot truly see and transfer that which you want to say. And my dog is afraid of that. When the cops came here to pick me up for another round of the psychiatric institutional way of being sedated and placed in a psychiatric ward for a few weeks, they came in here, the police officers and the employees of the KKZ, with mouth masks. And a dog looks at the mimic, the expression of the face, to adjust or suggest or whatever to know what is what, you know. So it's afraid. I don't care so much about my trauma. I care about the traumas my dog had with the police. She doesn't trust them anymore. If he's a policeman, he's a Phoenician. All police officers, masculine, because the feminine is not per se the alpha, and it's where the man is housed in the way of being of mankind, where she anoints to disicity, but distant yukatu. It's getting late, but I don't have any work, you know. This is my work. This is what I do every day, every single day. I work hard at this. I've done a lot, folks. I've helped a lot of folks out, you know, in the mind's eye, in the ether, in the heart, and I've done a few miracles, I think. The one is the light in the dark. But there's not much more for me to show because I'm not on drugs. I smoke a cigarette, do this, that's it. I drink a beer. I don't do amphetamine anymore, Ritalin. Sniffing it, you know. I never liked cocaine. Cocaine's not the way to go. You should take amphetamine if you're pendiling. And don't keep it a secret. Talk about this. If you're young and you have the ambition to become as what I've become, and I should follow up the instructions I bring you, as some of the instructions entail party drugs, as you would call them, or hard drugs, except for the mental health institution and the pharmaceutical companies can just whiff up oh, there's a new illness, there's a new mental illness. Oh no! What do this kid do? And they sedate you, you know. And sedation is okay, sedating all the way, go, sedate. This goes into the collective hive mind of mankind, and it's the second biggest karma generator post to a stickety murder, to homicide, not manslaughter, but homicide, murder, that creates karma, you know. And this is what I'm trying to make them aware of, but they don't listen. They think they're okay. They earn a lot of money, they can stay in the bubble of comfort, watching Netflix, and all these lower class people having the biggest outbursts sometimes when they see another individual that lives like me as a hobo, not as a hobo, but like to stick to it, to stick it to I'm on benefits too, you know. But I can smoke because my parents bring tobacco in. But they can't afford it because it's almost 23 euros per 50 grams of tobacco here in the fucking Netherlands. Didn't we have all those plantations in the West and in the Far Eastern countries? So with this, being fucked over hard. And smoke, folks. Smoke's good for the ether. Grow your own tobacco, buy tobacco plants, grow your own tobacco, wash it. This is not the entire batch, but a little bit of it. Wash it with green soap, the natural green soap. And if you have tried that and it tastes better, and don't wash it with benzene. Wash it with green soap. This should be done. This should be able to take out the taints of the tobacco plant and towards becoming smoke. And it should be tasting a lot better. But don't try your entire batch because I'm not entirely sure. This is what my side tells me. Test it out. I would love to hear the results, but most people don't dare to talk to me, you know. I'm here, I'm 100% sure that the elite are watching me. The IVD, the intelligence agency of the Netherlands is watching every trace, everything I do. I know this. I don't care. They may watch. I don't have any lies. I don't have any deep. I'm just me, you know. Look how scrawny I've become. I suck at the bill to become a true warrior. I've got this scar to autisticity. I can send out a positive energy in the future to come that fires off in front of me to take out a few enemies. Or this is what my programming tells me. I don't know if this is truth, but a grain of salt again. But take it with a grain of salt. No, but I just care to believe. I just want to believe. I want to believe that we can grow forever and ever and ever until, well, it's not aging. Have I aged until I don't see this, you know. I'm gonna stain for my mother, you know, moedervlek, what's it called, the wijnvlek. It's gray. I'm old in my eye, but I'm so young and so fucking joyous and gay in this bodily computer being of Dennis Osserman. No more. Deze is nou ja kozaka. Mesmo. You can call me Dennis, I will respond to it, but for myself, at this point in time in life, I've reached such a high sticky to it, sticky situation of being that I call myself this. Not to, I don't know I'm meeting people, but just for myself, you know, for my higher mind or so. I don't know. I've done lots of these live feeds. I've done a lot of them. A whole lot of them. The two YouTube channels that were deleted in total had approximately 15,000 to 20,000 hours, 20,000 hours of footage, I think. But they were deleted. I don't have them anymore. I'm sorry. I wish I could help. You can help yourself out by sending a message to huge for, hey, start a forum behind my back. I don't care. I'm gonna look up if anyone is. I'm not googling myself. I'm not investigating in what way, what not, or how I'm being treated on the internet or on forums or in Facebook groups or whatnot. Not the dark web either. The dark web doesn't exist anymore. Oh, toch wel? Nee, toch niet? Toch wel? Die heet Meta. Dat is Meta, of niet? Dat is Meta, ja. I'm enjoying myself, you know. I love to do this, but who's watching? No one's watching live. People are afraid of showing their face. It would be better, you know. It would be best to have to a testimonial, to a testimony. People, call people in the chat and ask questions. Ask questions on TikTok. I got shitloads of people. I had 150 people or so in that video that I made when the police came by. Police came by, and I just told, yeah, I think they're a thorn in the mind's eye because they don't understand what I'm talking about, you know. I'm like a fucking two sticky T, a Tesla, Nikola Tesla, in the next stage of human evolution, you know. What he was emitting, I am emitting. It was too early to become a Zen master because it's only possible since 2012. There's a proving grounds, you know, where water means water, because Pisces is the era that we came from, the era of Jesus. And Aquarius is where we're going. You would think when you hear the word Aquarius, water. I'm not with a bucket or a bowl or a canteen or whatever with water. But it's a wind sign. It's not a water sign, Aquarius is. It's a wind sign. And what is water from above? A big deluge. And that's how every time the cycles ended. It hardly ever was Nibiru. No. Hardly ever was Nibiru. I've got Nibiru, she's with me. I've got Nibiru under control. This is not going to come to us. Don't you worry. Hold on. Is it the truth that Nibiru is not going to come to us? Should the colors, 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 should the colors? Do, yes. Is he going to crash into Saturn by being dragged there by Kyo, my mind's eye? Should the colors, 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 should the colors. Yes. I've got it under control, folks. But it says you need to become under control of yourself too. And then you can take more control over the world, you know. I've got a large investment in this, a large piece of the pie. Approximately 8% at the end. Of approximately 8% of work done in the process of planetary ascension. As an estimate, I don't know. I'll ask the pendulum again. Do it this and look too, because I want to do it for myself too. I'm not going to ask anyone else to verify this, because I don't do that anymore. If people that I relate with or know me from past times on the internet, I do that a lot. But will I have at the end of the day 8% of being a part of the process of planetary ascension on my name? Should it cost those colors? Should it cost colors? Yes, and that's a large chunk, folks. I have less karma with Saturn. 4.5% of the karma with Saturn I had bound to my bodily computer, mind, body, soul complex, ended up my twin flames, Emilia, to Chanel, Bernie, to Veronique, to a discity, Kaylee, Distinguished to a disc, Kim, I don't get to it, this, Scarlett Johansson, and a few more. But I don't want to talk about that because that makes me ego-driven in the mind's eye of the programmed folk that live in this kankerwereld. Part of my friends, Gaia, and she's sick of me saying that I'm sorry, but I do this and look at I'm sorry, you know, I'm a pain in the ass, I know, for a lot of people, but I'm doing what has to be done. You got to understand this. And then afterwards, understand it. This thing I can't do it, this thing I can do. I can't do it this. I am the pillar of understanding. That's what I am. I am the foundation. And you can build on me, folks. I'm a trustworthy, kindred, loving, and caring individual for the human race and the Agarthans. Addo and the dragons. Addo Stikati. I can't talk, nee. Yeah. For those three I vouch. Destiny. I want to make babies. I want to step in towards the next stage of life where all my friends are in and my family, you know. My uncle, towards the kid, towards my brother-in-law, my sister, having 3 children. My brother doesn't have any, but he will have a lot too. And I want to have children too, you know. With the most beautiful women of the world, that are my twin flames. And I want children with other women too. But do it this, the kid too. They're some twin flames, but I need to spread seed, you know. And it's very important for Phoenicia. Many great warriors will come to turn up to becoming a part of the future. There are a lot of warrior souls coming. There are a lot of warrior souls coming. And I mean warriors with swords, you know, swords and sandals, so to say. I'm gonna smoke more a cigarette and now I need to leak again. Fuck. I'm gonna take a piss first. Oh. Oh, dude. Such a relief. Even mijn lulbrillen. Even sissen, even plassen, even pissen, even poepen. Nee, poepen niet aan. Ik zal even poep te maken krijgen in de toekomst, maar dat maakt me fuck uit. I was an employee of an animal crematorium, you know. So I had to do with dead animals for a year. So I wasn't at all disgusted by it. I felt to be a helping hand, and people have dire times, you know. Their pet died, and I did house calls usually to help them out, you know, to carry the dog out into the car and to have them cremated. I didn't do most of the cremating myself. On the Sundays I had to, and it was tough work, you know, it was heavy. And I was occupied with other things. This was after my own company, having my own company, Osborne Trading, where I was a sales agent. I haven't been one for long, but I have been one on paper, you know. I have been a sales agent. Once upon a time I had this expo in Paris, and I asked Shael, my twin flame, my woman, to then at that point in life, my woman at that time point in life, if she wants to stay with Patrick, she has to decide for herself. She can come back too. I'm willing to have her back. And Patrick won't be diminished. He will be even embittered by making a choice of leaving her the fuck alone. She's my twin flame. Testing the kid too. Wanneer we dochter ook. Testen een keertje. But then I'm not hateful and spiteful and not negative towards their relationship. But I want the crème de la crème, you know, to be with me. Women that cost you alike. Lilith. And I need this? Yes, I needed this. This is my stigma, you know. I needed this scar to be able to prove myself that I'm the son of master. Otherwise, no one would have believed me. If I took an overdose on pills with a preemptive gesture from, hey, ik ga like samen plegen, to no. It's not enough. It had to be physical, and it had to be raw. And this is not a blade or a nice sword or so. This is glass, you know, thick glass. It's quite a thick scar, I think half a centimeter in width, and approximately 10, 12 centimeters in length or so. But why did I do that? I don't know. Why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? I don't know, but I've stopped asking the question. I cannot bear to answer or to regurgitate that question, to say it again and again and again, because it makes me mad. I'm just in the role I'm playing. I'm supposed to be playing, if it considers this world where we live in. I'm sorry, folks, if I bust your balls or I unhinge your pussy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. We all have an asshole. if your vagina is unhinged, then to be the bad way then. All this because of me, I'm gonna become so dirty in bed, folks. I swear to God, those women are gonna be so dirty in bed. I'm gonna have a lot of pity, folks. Van, hey, je bent zo kankerlelijk. Godver, ik ga je neuken, jongen. Wat doe? Penises will grow. Women will be able to ingest or be able to digest the length of. They grow with the twin flame. But this, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk at all anymore, I think. How late is it? Till just past 12. I don't have any work, you know. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I have an appointment with the GGZ, the mental health institution tomorrow. But I've cleaned up my house a bit. Just to the kitty. I've cleaned it out, all there's just a few cans. Statiegeld, I don't know what it's called in English. Oh, to fill me up. Yeah, it's clean, you know. I had some help or two, but I do stick it in the hook too. Oh, my brother, my mother, my kid do it this and we could do stick it in this, but who cares? The household is okay. I got my distilled water. It's drinkable now. Nice. Varovius. It's my water dragon, you know. Varovius. And this is such sweet water. You don't want to drink coffee without. Like the thickness, you know, like the oil, the viscosity. As if it's less viscous. It's more pure itself. It's already working because I get more energy because of the fact that I'm being sedated. But the water purifies my mind's eye, and my ether, and my void, and everything. Distilled water, folks, start drinking it. It's not just good for yourself, it's good for the collective. Purified water. If you can get to any, if you live in a hot, humid environment, but you don't have any fresh water, then get some plastic and build a water collecting station, or what's it called? You can collect water with water vapor, you know. Just put the rancid, the river oil water in a gutter underneath a sheet of water. Let the water drip out and ontowards a small bucket or so that gets to be heated from the sun. To be innovative, and Africans, in essence, and in my opinion, most predominantly so, are really creative, you know. You can fish for yourself too. I'm willing to help, but I don't have the cash. I've got 480 euros left. I've got stick to pay. I've got to pay for the insurance of my car, which is 100 euros approximately. I've got to pay for my cable TV or my TV. I've got to pay for Netflix. I've got to pay for one thing more, I think. I don't know what. So it's getting too expensive. It's getting too expensive. I'm I haven't had to ask my mother for financial help just yet, but it's gonna come soon. My parents are wealthy. Well, they're wealthy and they're doing well on a financial level, but they're not like the elite, you know. Not even far from. It's peanuts in comparison to what they have. We're being played, folks. I need to wake up. I don't have to wake up. I'm wide awake. I want to help out. I truly want to help out. I care to help. Now what I'm here. The one that connects me and Emilia, if we're not connected already, if she isn't already aware of me, become an Apex Invictus right away. If you have the connections, use them, try to inspire Emilia to come to me, because then we're going to rise in vibration. That's the first. Then another thing, the connection is made between the dragons from the TV and the dragons from the dream world, dreamscaping, and then the legend is born, you know. And the legend was always there, you know, but everywhere around the world, all over the place, everywhere around the world, they talk about dragons if their history has been altered by the elite. It all has a narrative, and there are so many puppets. Wow, there are so many puppets. Out to a destiny. Look at you. Do you truly believe that Donald Trump is going to be the leader of the world? No, he's merely a puppet. It's the Hunger Games, you know. When we played up on towards one another, all with other skill sets and such, but still we're one and the same race. We're all human. Be it African, be it Chinese, being it North Korean or South Korean or to a stick Australian or New Zealandish or Yavajo, the Cree, the Maori, the Aboriginals or the I can't remember, I'm sorry. But wow, I'm trying to connect every single civilization on the planet to become more of itself, to have its own boundaries, have its own rules and regulations, and has its own way of perceiving life and time, as long as it is benevolent. But there are differences in culture, you know, and you need to appreciate this. Culture is a good thing. Having many cultures from one planet makes it way more colorful when you go on a holiday or whatnot, or you know. I've been on a vacation for longer than 3 days in the last 10 years, except for Padua and all the psychiatric institutions I've been at. Those weren't really holidays, but you could count them as such. 13 times, 11, 12, 13, 14 times or so. In the past 8 years, I've been taken into a mental health institution. And for the last year and a half, I haven't been in any one, in none of those, but I'm trying to keep that going, you know. I've stopped taking speed, amphetamine. I'm going to use amphetamine again when Emilia or one of my women comes here because I last longer in talking, I last longer in caring for her, do this thing you could do in bed, you know. You really just get horny from amphetamine. And it helps you with the pendulum too, because it's a lot to do with the sacral chakra, you know. What I is one little wat toch erop didn't have. And that was the alter ego, that was this one. That was this one from the back, because I can't remember doing this. I can't remember doing this. And this, like stabbing myself in the heart, you know. I can't remember that, but I can't remember the one in my neck. Maar wanneer we toch terug de first Nederlandse pendial ever in my pendialing sticking to its history, wanneer we toch erop was my alter ego, and he did not have a sacred chakra, you know. He didn't enjoy sex. He did have sex, but he didn't enjoy it. He was fucked over. I did have one. I do have one. I've got more than 10,000 chakras. More than 10,000. Approximately 13,000 or so. Can't see this, but I'm being told. Do I have more than 10,000 chakras? Should it cause, should it cause, should it colors, should it cause, should it cause, should it colors, should it cause, should it cause, should it colors? Yes. So don't want to wake the beast in me, folks. Police, leave me alone. Mental health institution, I will stick to the prescriptions. I will stick to the medicine up until the 23rd of October. Then I will call it. Then I will stop. Then it's enough. And then I will not be holding my hand above your head anymore. They will be facing, I don't know, the human race and what they want of you. I don't believe they're going to commit you to death, but you're living a low life in the gutter with hardly any money, all these kinds of things. The mental health institutions are the gatekeepers of the the mind's eye of mankind, not the spiritual bearing people in India and all these sacred, like Rishikesh or all these sacred places around the world. It's truly tired as out, you know, that's that water. It truly is a whole lot more tasteful than normal water. As being water being tasteful, it doesn't have any taste, but then it does. You know. The plus knows the minus, and the minus knows the plus. Binary code 10. Dardem. But I don't know what to talk about anymore, you know. I've been talking about so many things in the last 8 years. I'm so tired of regurgitating, but the distilled water truly works, helps out. And the 8 cans of beer I've drinking. But that's 333, his name. There's not even 3 liters of beer, so it's nothing compared to what I drank before I ever came into touch with the mental health institution. I would drink far more. But I'm being sedated, folks. I'm taking pills that I shouldn't be taking because it's not helping out in your process of growth. Not for me. I'm there, you know. I'm here. I'm there. I'm metaphysical. I'm at the other side of the bridge, so to say, you know. You're the ones that are being sedated. You're the ones with the naysaying and I don't believe him, and that's not possible, and dragons, and 500 dragons? Nah, he's delusional. But now I've sent a ripple into the world that I have fucking done it. I want my place at the high table soon. The 23rd of October is when you need to have this fermented, or I'll fuck all of you over. Oh.